pretty much every YouTuber has to make one of these, right? Today I'm going to talk about my camera equipment. I'm going to talk about what I use on a day-to-day basis for making these vlogs and for my photography. So if that doesn't really interest you, then you don't need to watch this one. Let's get right into it with my main camera. The camera that I'm filming this on right now and what I use for most of my vlogging is a Canon Rebel T5i. It's the first real camera that I ever bought. It's Canon's entry-level DSLR. This camera's pretty good, but fairly basic, only going up to about 1080p 30 frames a second. There's no 4K and there's no 1080p 60 frames a second, which would be very nice to be able to get some nice buttery smooth B-roll. There's some footage that would just look a lot better slowed down at 60 frames a second, and as of right now I can't do that with this camera. I'm hoping someday soon to upgrade to the Canon 80D, which has a lot more video capability, but for right now I think I'm going to stick with the T5i because, well, money. My main vlogging lens is a Canon 10 to 18mm, which keeps it nice and wide and makes those selfie shots look very nice. And it's also the lens that I use for all of my wide angle and landscape photography. My second lens, which is actually the first lens that I bought, is the Canon 18 to 135mm. This is a really versatile lens. It's kind of a starter level, but it goes from being fairly wide to zooming in rather far, and it does all of these shots very well. It allows me to go from nice wide shots to a good close-up without having to swap a lens out. It's very versatile in that aspect. And it's the lens that whenever I'm going out to do photography and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be getting, it's the lens that I keep on my camera. My third lens is the Canon 50mm 1.8, also called the Nifty 50. I can't recommend this lens enough for anyone who's into photography. This lens is a fixed focal length, so you can't zoom in or out at all, but it does have a very shallow depth of field, and I don't use it for video, but this lens is amazing for any kind of subject or portrait photography. I typically put this camera onto a Joby GorillaPod with a swivel head attachment onto it. This thing is amazing. I cannot recommend this thing enough. Having this with me allows me to put a camera wherever I need to put it. This allows me to put it on top of signs, on the ground, anywhere I want. I can even wrap it around on fences and stuff to get some different angles that I would not normally be able to get. And it's also the piece of equipment that I use to put the camera on top of and hold and point it at myself whenever I'm vlogging. For a mic, I have the Rode VideoMic Go. It plugs right into the side of the camera, mounts on the top, and you instantly have less noisy and far better quality audio. And yeah, I broke mine the other day. The tripod fell over and it landed right on top, right where the mic was, and it broke the mounting off. The mic still works perfectly well, it just won't attach to the camera now. I may need to fix that with some tape. So this entire setup here is my main vlogging camera, and what you'll see me walking around carrying, pointing at myself, vlogging with. In addition to this, I also have my phones. I have my main phone, a Google Pixel 2, which I'm reading the script I wrote for this video off. And this phone's camera is honestly amazing. Although I do have some issues, focus on me, focus. Although there are some big issues with the Pixel 2's low light performance, I still never hesitate to take it out to get some nice, smooth 60 frame per second B-roll. I also tend to carry around one or two older phones when making videos. I have my old Google Pixel 1 and an iPhone 5. Pixel 1 I just use more or less as a spare camera and as storage, and the iPhone I use more or less as a time-lapse machine. Something I can just kind of set up, press time-lapse, and just let it go and forget about it for a little while. You will also notice that all of my phones are in OtterBoxes, because I'm clumsy as hell and can't stop dropping them. I also have a mini GorillaPod that I use to set the phones up on, but I lost it. I was literally looking for it before I started filming this video and I cannot find it. Yeah, oops. I also tend to keep this baby around. It's a solar-powered phone charger I bought off Amazon. It's solar-powered, it keeps probably 2 or 3 phones worth of charge. These phone batteries don't last forever, so I'll just plug the rechargeable battery pack in and leave it all day, and I know it'll keep recording. I'll keep my equipment between 1 or 2 bags. I have a smaller low pro bag which can hold a camera and a lens, maybe one other lens or a mic, and it really just doesn't have enough room for everything I need. So when I'm going on longer trips or when I know I'm going to be doing vlogging and photography and I need all of my equipment, I'll just bring a larger Vanguard backpack I have, which can hold basically everything I need. If I bring this larger backpack out, I know that no matter what I'm going to be doing, vlogging, any type of photography, I'll know that I have all the equipment I need right there. But it gets hard at times, which is why I try to limit the amount of gear that I bring out with me in these smaller equipment. And that's really it. That's all the gear I have to bring these vlogs to you. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you later.